Whoa there, lady! Calm the fuck down! Well, if you're going to be as badly mannered as this, I'm gonna knock some sense into ya instead. Meet Roxy, the second gym leader of the game. She starts out with coughing, which, as I said, is sort of her signature Pokemon, even though it's not her ace. I'm gonna start out with Workup because all the coughings that we've encountered thus far didn't die in one hit, and now this one is level 16 as well, so this Workup might be needed even more, and all I'm going to have taken on that turn is a measly Tackle. So one Flame Charge is going to put it deep into the yellow, which is good. Doesn't it have anything better than Tackle at this point? I mean, this is the second gym leader, for crying out loud. But doesn't really matter, because coughing was, believe it or not, the hard part of this fight, at least for anyone that has a Pignite, because her other Pokemon is a Whirlipede, which is her ace at level 18. So, time to eat a Workup boosted Flame Charge, or not. Here's Protect, the trick every Whirlipede should know, so let's try this again. And that's all she wrote. I wonder, though, if the Workup was needed for the one-hit KO on Whirlipede. I guess we'll never know now. So, Pignite gets an extra level, and as for me, I get the second gym badge for winning this battle. And Dead Silence, to which I will substitute my own song. Y-O-U-S-U-C-K! You suck! Yeah, of course you know I'm all about putting salt in the wound. But here is the second gym badge, which is one that wasn't in the first game. At least the basic badge was there, but not this one. So, this one is called the Toxic Badge, and it's going to enable me to get to be able to use Pokemon that I got in trades up to level 30 without them disobeying me. And I also get Venoshock, which I believe off the top of my head it has 65 power, and it doubles when the target is poisoned as well. So this is basically a stronger version of Hex that has a worse typing and only works when the opponent is poisoned, as opposed to having any sort of a status. Too much of a punch, eh? Well, no one uses it. It's poison type. Too much of a punch? Not sure about that. And, okay. These two say the exact same thing, so I'm just gonna get out of... Interruption! God damn it! Game! I love you! I love you very much! I think you're one of the best games ever made. But I can't really play you if you don't let me play you! Anyway, this guy tells me that he's going to be waiting for me at Pokéstar Studios. Remember that he was blocking the way earlier on, but now we're being let into Pokéstar Studios because somehow me destroying Roxy means that I could be a good actor? I don't get it either. But anyway, Pokéstar Studios is our next destination regardless of what we're going to do, so we're going to head over there. And I was talking about disobedience earlier. This is my 7th Pokemon LP, and I realized just now that I've never demonstrated what a Pokemon is like when it disobeys you. Maybe I'll demonstrate it somewhere down the road. So, all you need to do is go through this toll booth here to head to Pokéstar Studios, a place where you can experience different lives. I don't know if it's referring to the lives of the characters that you're going to be playing as in the movies. And that kid sounds promising. All you heard was that guy's account on how I beat Roxy into the ground. So, I give up. In fact, I've given up long ago at trying to understand how the brains of these Pokemon NPCs work. Anyway, this guy is the director of Pokéstar Studios, Mr. Studio. Very creative name there. But, yeah. He'd like to explain Pokéstar Studios, but instead, he's going to let every other NPC in this place do the dirty job for him. Of course, I'm also going to explain it a bit more in depth than the NPCs would, because I actually have experience doing these movies. So, a random black dude is going to show me around. And one thing about Studio is that he has a nasty habit of calling me darling. Man, pedophilia is just so common in Unova at this point that I'm not worried about Team Plasma anymore. I'm worried about the freaking pedophiles. So, Pokéstar Studios, in there you can make movies which are sort of a gimmick for basically what amounts to Pokemon battle-based puzzles. They're sort of like those battle discs from Pokemon XD, except with a bit more charm added to them. So this building here is the theater where the movies that are produced in Pokéstar Studios air. Of course, this entire place is sort of inspired by Hollywood, which is sort of appropriate because both Hollywood and this place are in the southwestern corner of their respective regions / countries. So, the black dude here is a scout who was apparently the one that discovered Roxy's father, so to speak. So, here's once again this guy establishing that somehow me pummeling Roxy somehow means I got acting chops. Seriously, and it's like they're really proud of that crazy leap in logic. So, watch my movie in order to gain acting tips from a professional such as myself. He's thinking of himself very highly. In fact, he just shot a movie, so we are going to be taking a look at that movie right now. And as you might be expecting, this is pretty much going to be an exposition on what not to do when filming movies at Pokéstar Studios. So, there are 8 screens, which means that you can view 8 movies that you made at a time. If you make a 9th movie, you're going to be forced to overwrite one of the 8. So, let's take a look at what the captain did here. And by the way, this is the very first movie in Pokéstar Studios. This is the one that is used as the tutorial. Midlife Man of Justice versus Bryson Man. That's right, Bryson has returned to his former love in this game, which is acting. Kind of a weird career choice considering how taciturn the guy is. So, Riolu Man versus Bryson Man. This is just your basic superhero movie. And, as I said before, those movies are basically Pokemon battles where you have to solve puzzles and stuff. And, as you can see, Riolu versus Pawniard. Not a very good matchup for Bryson Man. And is it just me, or does this guy look totally ridiculous in that Riolu Man outfit? It almost feels like they dressed Christian Bale up in a Robin outfit. So, after this bit of introductory dialogue, we see Riolu taking out Pawniard in one hit, of course. And now here's the main point that I guess they want to get across with this movie. As you're going to see here, Riolu Man is going to botch the next line. He says, "I'm scared," which puts the audience to sleep. And, if he was a bit more courageous, Volleyball would have used Feint Attack, but since he said he's scared, Bryson Man decides to not use his secret arts, which referred to Feint Attack, and use Air Slash instead, which means Riolu is defeated, Bryson Man wins, and you get the bad ending. There are 3 kinds of endings that you can get for each movie. A bad ending where you completely fail, a good ending where you fulfill the conditions, and a strange ending where you do things a very specific way. And strange endings get even higher amounts of money at the box office than good endings. The problem is that, I'm going to explain it later, but strange endings can be very difficult to get. And most people left the theater before the end of the movie, and those who remain wonder just what the fuck was going on. This was the worst movie ever. So, how did you enjoy the movie? Well, I enjoyed having a laugh at the captain's expense. But, yeah, now the captain understands that, you know, maybe he's not cut out to be an actor, really. And no, you haven't fulfilled that dream. You just proved that you were the worst actor alive. It's like, you did the exact opposite of what you wanted to do. But nonetheless, that failure is enough to get him to realize that, you know, maybe I should go back to being a full-time captain and not completely prevent people who want to travel between Burbank and Castalia from doing so anymore. So now we can go to Castalia City, except not, because we're going to be forced into making this same Bryson Man movie as a tutorial, and after that there's still another in-game event before we can head to Castalia. So for the time being, let's just go over to the other building that's all the way over there, and make our very first movie. So we're gonna see if I have acting chops or not, because, as I said before, beating Roxy really doesn't mean a whole lot. It's like saying, for example, I don't know, Sidney Crosby would make a great singer because he's so good at hockey. But anyway, we're gonna meet up with Mr. Studio here, and, well, thanks for coming. I was sort of forced into that, but I probably would have shown you the first movie here anyway. All the movies, good endings and strange endings, will be covered in the bonus content, so at least you have that to look forward to. But for now, I'm just going to show you the very, very basics of filmmaking with the tutorial movie, and after that I will show you the rest of the movies once I've done everything I wanted to do in the main part of this LP. So, yeah, you probably say that to everyone. You probably said that to the captain, that, you know, he was going to be the one who would take Pokéstar Studios to new heights. And yes, he's called on an amazing, astounding co-star for me, of course, Bryson, because it would sort of suck to make a Bryson Man movie without Bryson himself. And yes, Bryson is Pokéstar Studios' marquee star. As I said before, he was once an actor before becoming Icyrus's gym leader, but now he decided that, you know, the gym leader life wasn't for him, so he just went back to being an actor. So, as cool as ever. Nice pun there, considering he's an ice-type trainer. But, yeah, we're going to be, of course, talking to everyone just to give you an idea of the specifics of the filmmaking before we actually go in and make the film. But if we go over there, yeah, he's not going to let us through, so we're really forced into making a movie. Oh, you're... She was trying to, you know, say like she's starstruck, but she couldn't even fake it because I'm such a nobody. And yeah, as I said, this guy, darling, creepy. Okay, so this guy here, this suit actor, is going to tell us all about filmmaking. So yeah, the script is the most important thing about the movie. It tells you what you're supposed to do in each turn. It also gives you an idea of the teams of the other actors, as well as the Pokemon's individual moves and items. And yeah, you can shoot more and more movies depending on how much you've gained at the box office and which movies you've done, and etc., etc. And as I was saying before, the movies are sort of like Pokemon battling puzzles. And yeah, the first time you do a movie, they have you rent a Pokemon that can solve the puzzle, but not have it be utterly easy. And after that, you can use your own. You can use your own Pokemon to shoot for those strange endings I was talking about. Know that not every Pokemon can complete every movie in both the good or strange endings. But don't worry, I'm going to be covering it all in very, very elaborate detail at a later point, as I said before, in the bonus content.